toxic masculinity.
Hunter and Joe. Sorry, let me try that again. Hunter and Joe's dinner with shady foreign business partners. All right, so what do we got going on here? Uh-oh, wrong thing. There we are. Hunter Biden brought VP Joe to dinner with shady business partners. Thank you, New York Post, for reporting the truth, because nobody else seems to. Joe Biden met with Ukrainian, Russian, and Kazakhstani business associates of his son at a dinner in Washington, D.C. while he was vice president. Records on Hunter Biden's abandoned laptop show. The dinner on April 16th, 2015 was held in the private garden room at Cafe Milano, a Georgetown institution whose catchphrase is, "Where the world's most powerful people go." Oh, Cafe Milano. I have to write that down. Okay, I'll keep it in mind. Cafe Milano. I do occasionally go to Washington, D.C. So I don't know any of this stuff. I'm not like a high roller, guys. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I don't hang out with too many like important people, so I don't know that. But now I know it's a nice place to take Valeria, maybe. So I'll go there. The next day, Hunter received an email from Vadim Pozharsky, an executive of the Ukraine energy company Burisma. Burisma. Where have I heard that name before? Sounds familiar. I don't know. To thank him for introducing him to his father. Dear Hunter, that's not how he said it. He said it like this. Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to DC and giving me opportunity to meet your father and spend some time together. Pozharsky wrote on April 17th, 2015. It's realty an honor to pleasure. I didn't mean to make that vulgar, but it turned out that way. All right. At the time, Burisma was paying Hunter $83,333 a month to sit on its board. It's annoying. But we all knew that, didn't we? Hunter Biden. Okay, let's see here. This is the cafe. All right, I'll go there. Yeah, cool. The guest list prepared by Hunter 3 weeks before the Cafe Milano dinner included Russian billionaire Yelena Baturina and her husband, corrupt former Moscow mayor Yuri Luzkov, who has since died. Baturina wired $3.5 million on February 14th, 2014 to Rosemont Seneca Thornton, LLC, a Delaware-based investment firm co-founded by Hunter and Devin Archer, a former advisor to Secretary of State John Kerry, who I think Devin Archer is in prison right now. I'm not 100% on that, though. The wires were flagged in suspicious activity reports provided by the Treasury to a Senate Republican inquiry to Hunter last year. Now, we knew about this, right? I don't know if you guys remember this, but the mayor of Moscow's wife gave him $3.5 million, and nobody knows why. We still don't know why. But this meeting may have had something to do with it. Hunter told guests before the dinner that his father would be attending. In an email, he appears to use his role on the board of the World Food Program USA as a cover story for the evening's true purpose of introducing his father to his business associates. Okay, the reason for the dinner is ostensibly to discuss food security, writes Hunter on March 26 to Michael Karloutsos, son of the then head of the Greek Orthodox Church. Dad will be there, but keep that between us for now. Thanks. Karloutsos replies, everything is between us, all good. I know you mentioned your dad would probably join the dinner as well. But here's the thing. This is the problem with this message. In writing by Hunter Biden to one of those attending the dinner. This video here is captioned, "Smoking Gun Email Reveals How Hunter Biden Introduced Ukraine Businessman to VP Dad." See, this is the problem. The word ostensibly, that's the problem. The word ostensibly indicates that this is a pretense, that the dinner is a pretense, or that not the dinner, but the purpose of the dinner is a pretense, right? This idea that the dinner was going to be about food insecurity, or whatever, food security, that's a cover. There are other more important reasons that they're meeting that I'm not going to write about here. But you know what I'm talking about, guy. So the word ostensibly indicates that this is a cover. He shouldn't have written the word ostensibly. You write the word ostensibly, people know that this is not the real reason that you're having this dinner. If you're trying to talk in code and not discuss why you're actually doing something, don't write the word ostensibly, you moron. All right, let's keep reading. Whoa, what is this? Oh, this is the email here. The dinner raises questions about how much Joe Biden, who has claimed ignorance of his son's activities, knew about Hunter's dealings with foreign businesses and government officials. 3 officials from Kazakhstan were also invited to the Cafe Milano dinner, including Mark Holtzman, then chair of the former Soviet Republic's largest bank. Holy smokes. Kazkommertsbank. That wasn't so hard. Mark Holtzman. That's the least Russian name I've ever heard in my life. Mark Holtzman. That's very German. It's like a very German name, but Germans run a lot of banks, so this is an email from this guy. Looks good. Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to DC and giving me opportunity to meet father and spend time together. It's really an honor to pleasure. As we spoke yesterday evening, would be great to meet today for a quick coffee. What do you think? I should come to office somewhere around noon or so before on my way to airport. Best, V. If I'd been quick enough, I would have made a better joke there. But anyway. Okay, so we got the list there. We've got, I mean, I don't want to keep reading this, but anyway, we have that idea of who was supposed to be there and what was going on, and this just flies in the face of all the BS that Joe Biden always said. Oh no, I never talk business with my son. I never talk business with my son. Horse shit. Excuse the language. I don't like using foul language, but honestly, Joe Biden pisses me off. I mentioned this in a previous video, and I'll mention it here now. Democrats will obviously say that, well, Hunter Biden has every right to make as much money as he wants off of his father's name. It might not look good. You know, it might seem a little shady to Americans, but there's nothing illegal about that. There's nothing unethical about that. He's just using his father's name to gain access, and people want to work with him because he's a Biden. He can't help that. And I agree, actually, to some degree with that. The problem is that once these international interests get a hold of Hunter and are giving him money, and there's a steady flow of income there, or a promise of income, deals can fall apart if Joe Biden doesn't fall in line. There's a lot of room for manipulation there of the Vice President of the United States by foreign powers if that much money is flowing to his son. So what I suspect, and what seems very obvious to me and just about everyone else who looks at this stuff and has been looking at this stuff, especially the work that's been done by what is his name? I'm looking at the book right now. Peter Schweitzer. The work that's been done by Peter Schweitzer. You know, everybody who's read his books, everybody who's followed all this stuff for the last couple of years, or however long we've been following it, it's fairly obvious to all of us that Joe Biden has been taking bribes, right? He has been manipulating American foreign policy so that his son can get paid more money by foreign entities. This violates the rule of law in America. Joe Biden should be in prison right now. Hunter Biden should be in prison right now. The fact that they're not in prison right now indicates that there are two systems of justice in our American government, right? There is one system of government for most Americans. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There are 3 systems of justice in America. there's one for most Americans, there's one for Republicans, which is particularly harsh, and then there's one for Democrats, which is there is no justice for Democrats. They can just do whatever they want. There's no justice system. They don't get arrested. They don't get investigated. They don't get tried. They don't get convicted. Nothing. Democrats have essentially there's no consequences for criminal activity for Democrats, right? They just basically get away with everything. This is why so many people have so many conspiracy theories about the Clintons and what they've been able to get away with. You know, Democrats are always saying, oh, this is crazy, this talk about the Clintons. Well, how about this? How about stop committing crimes and getting away with it, and then Republicans will stop having conspiracy theories about other crimes that you are committing and getting away with. How about that? I mean, do I think all of the theories about what Hillary and Bill have gotten away with are accurate? No, I don't think they're all accurate. Do I think some of them are? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I know that Joe and Hunter have gotten away with a lot because I've seen the research. I've done my own research. I've looked into this in great detail. And the fact that these people aren't being investigated by the authorities, they're not being arrested, it's just like, it makes me sad that America has fallen to this point where Washington, D.C. is this corrupt. And we all know there's a bit of corruption in D.C., but this is crazy. The level of corruption in D.C. at the moment is not acceptable, not even remotely acceptable. I mean, no amount of corruption is really acceptable, but this is utterly unacceptable. All right, that is it for that story. I'm going to move on to the next one. And the next one I actually think is the best story of the day. There we go. This is an optimistic story. This is a positive story. Let me click on this. Okay, I'm going to play a video for you guys. So I'm going to get my headphones on. But story is this. Mike Lindell says that Donald Trump will be back in the White House by August. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. It's very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. If he's right. And I think that he is right. I hope that he's right. But again, like I said, I am a massive optimist. So, is he right? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out, right, in the coming months. And but let me switch over here to the video. This is an interview from Steve Bannon interviewing Mike Lindell. This is what Mike Lindell has to say. Let's watch this.
Toxic Masculinity. Weekdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.